That one's backing up, and it didn't have the backup sound on. They're showing me yet again. Either it's backing up and it backed up about 10 feet and then turned it on, or someone else is turning it on. Either way, they're showing me that that thing right there backs up without a noise. That's a fairly large thing with that little bucket on the back. So they're really active in taunting today. And I've seen a lot of faces that don't look like they belong there. Either they're with corporate from Spectrum plussing their company in person, or I also got the sense maybe some Fedsters were in getting some documentation of Spectrum's active participation in PhoneGate. Who knows? But that's folks taunting right there. There we go. That thing's not making a backup noise. They are very capable of turning off the backup noise for even the little Santa Monica pickup truck you see every once in a while. It's designed to resemble the Santa Monica Farmers Market truck. But this is them. Spectrum taking an active part in America's high-tech lifelines. Every time you hear that high-pitched noise, that's them taunting a man in a wheelchair who's been telling you for over a decade to check your lifeline. 424-229-4140. Lots of Instagram, lots of YouTube videos. Get that on video. Them being an active part of America's high-tech lifelines. Post. That man just gave me the finger as this one did his backup noise. We got some folks flushing their company on hand in Spectrum next door, flushing their company, creating excuses to make the backup noise. That means it's Chinese. Flushing their company and being traitors to America, and this is very different than someone caught on a military base being a traitor, like a general. These folks are in your living room. They are listening in and supplying your phones that don't work when you try to call me. 424-229-4140. Make that video of traitors like that man behind that Alltech truck wheel. Make videos of them being traitors. They are a threat to America. Get them on video being that threat to America. Semper Fi, aim high, fly fi, win. This we will defend. Defend America from the traitors represented from the military. Traitors we need to get rid of. Being traitors within Spectrum, formerly Time Warner Cable. You see how far he pulled up? They are requesting that mean treatment from the one and only Stone Cold Mel. Son of a carpenter, married, dad a carpenter, worked on skyscrapers. Mom, Marianne. They're going to get that mean treatment. We can't have you threatening America. We don't care if you're the highest general we have. We can't have you threatening America. Plus that company, Spectrum, and get some folks in who can do their jobs instead of conduct political and religious business. Lifeline, censorship. The Jack is mobilizing. Why do they have Ryder on that? They got Spectrum on every damn thing. They don't have their own trucks. Dan is mobilizing voters and citizens to do the job reporters aren't. And he is talking to a governor, and he says, you've had a disaster in your state. Natural or man-made.
perhaps spectrums conducting their own revolution. What do you do? And the governor picks up the scissors. The governor picks up the phone to call the National Guard, and Jack picks up the scissors. That's why we can't have traitorous generals hijacking America's lifelines.
So the general is talking to Bambi. And he says, look at this. And he shows her a video he's got on his phone. And she said, what's so spectacular about that? An ice cream truck at the post office. And the general explains, oh, Colonel South, that's his photo shop work. It's really a military truck stealing America's mail, at least to certain people like Milton. And he's proud as can be. He zooms in. It says the General's ice cream truck on the side of it. Checking Post in 5 with all generals. So 2 MPs are watching a Jeep take out a whole lot of garbage cans and have a lot of privates running for cover. And one MP says to the other, should we go try to grab the general there? And the other one says, oh no. That Jeep's got an airbag. And he's been getting a whole lot of calls from folks who want to know if he's a traitor or simply incompetent. You can do that too, guys. 424-229-4140. Make that video of America's hijacked lifelines. You calling me, not 1911 Flight 93 checking over a decade of asking. You get every military officer's position on that. If they don't know what it is, they're incompetent. Either they're involved. Milton skyline imagery. Have wit, will travel. Oh, it's become Louisiana here in California. Permanent rain. That and the fact of my hijacked livelihood and lifeline. Yeah, have wit, will travel. Show me that perfect skyline to do my real work, but not graphic art. A building Jesus' immaculate house. Try to call me, 424-229-4140. See the kind of censorship that can place a cowardly Hussein in our White House right after we got attacked by a whole lot of cowardly Husseins. No, I'm not a fan of the Oriental Russian guy either. Come see me in person. Show me that place. Jack is a concerned citizen, mobilizing Americans to do the job reporters aren't. And he's talking to a governor in his office. Could be any governor. And he says, you've had a disaster in your state. Could be natural, could be man-made. It will mean many lives, depending on how quickly you can get help to the area. What do? The governor picks up that phone to call the National Guard, and Jack picks up the scissors on the desk there and snips the line. He says that's why we can't have treasonous generals taking an active part in America's hijacked lifelines if they don't know what a 9/11 Flight 93 check is after Milton has asked for over a decade for one. They are involved or they're incompetent. We must be the reporter about that. Check and post 5 in front of them. Hear that siren? 9/11 Flight 93 checking post in 5. I'm Milton. John Milton Brady, and I've yet to get a 9/11 Flight 93 check in a decade of asking. That's you picking up your phone and knowing it works all the time because you can reach me. Certify your mail as well. The address is on the big 5 here. And yes, call up generals and ask them, what do you know about John Milton Brady with over a decade of 9/11 Flight 93 check imagery? as well as videos, and not getting one yet. If the general or any other officer of the military doesn't know what you're talking about with the 9/11 Flight 93 check, they are involved or they are incompetent. Get that on video. Allie is the new Noseless. Member of Tommy, the No Arm Chinese Fellas, AA meeting at the bar. Yeah, Amputees Anonymous. And Tony, another member, says that must have been terrible, losing your nose like that. And Allie says, well, in a way it was a blessing in disguise. My marriage was on the rocks. I've always had this very terrible snoring problem. Not since I lost the nose. And yeah, my husband, he always has had a very bad gas problem, but it does not bother me anymore. Blessing in disguise.
I am Milton, son of a carpenter and Mary. My dad, a carpenter, worked on skyscrapers. Mom, Marianne. I am the son of a carpenter and Mary. I get to tell parables. I look cool in sunglasses. And I can design you some nice contact image. Or just plain any image. You can say whatever you want. But you're going to have to come see me in person because the devil steals your calls. 424-229-4140. Make that video of America's High-Tech Lifelines and come see me. Let me design you some cool imagery.
Girls, would you like some beautiful imagery designed by a handsome bald guy? I can even be in the image with you if you want. Or maybe just your favorite flowers and you. See my contact, think yours. See my name, Milton, think yours. Think about what you would want your image to say, and make a video of your hijack call to me. 424-229-4140. That's America's Lifelines being hijacked. We the people must be the reporters if they're not doing their job. Call me up, try to. In front of reporters. Then be the reporter. Post what they say.
Milton's videos today, videos and photos, today and yesterday, end of yesterday. And they are very actively taunting with a lifeline in my hand for the handicapped man, yes. Telling you about the 9/11 Flight 93 checks for over a decade. Try to call me right now and make a video of your hijack call to me, those stealing your calls, and mail to me are word enough about their crimes to alter phone records covered up. They're desperate as hell. I literally made a video of what I call the Devil Lori's hatred. Devil Lori and Brady Bond, personal knife in the back. And it was stolen off of this phone. It currently is on YouTube. I'm going to have to see if I can play it and make a video. But the point is, it's not the corrupt generals and their inferior methods. Perhaps they're taught traitorism at West Point and Annapolis nowadays. It's not that. It is the fact that the one and only is eating. Me, handsome bald guy, is eating and sleeping, so I'm supposed to stay up to midnight trying to find the that's what it's down to. Is about a gigabyte. This is just bizarre as anything. I look through the screen to say do not auto update in case that's what it's doing, but it's so damn Lori. Personal knife in the back. Obviously, she doesn't enjoy taunting unless you know it's intentional. There we go. So I'm just gonna see if I can make the video of the screen in the living room there with my YouTube, and yes, a whole lot of older folks who were never seen in that place next door. I'm very attentive. Part of the generals. And you don't have to believe a word I say. You make that video of your hijacked call to me, your stolen mail before you send it, certify it, use FedEx, use UPS, and you call up every general, every colonel, and find out which of them are traitors by trying to call me with your family's lifeline, and you explain to the general. Those hijacking my calls to Melton for a decade now, all of America. Those 9/11 Flight 93 checks are word enough about their crimes to alter phone records covered up, and everyone is getting that on video, General. What do you know about that for the past decade? Are you incompetent, or are you incredibly involved as a traitor? Semper Fi. Get those generals on video. For your family, for your country. John Melton Brady in Flickr is taunting me, a man in a wheelchair, a lot lately. Not only that, I'm making videos and screenshots of my stuff not backing up after I've paid them good money to back it up and present it to the world. The videos have not showed up, just like the Lori and Brady Bond style of taunting of Spectrum today did not show up, was literally stolen off this phone. So you check and post in 5 in front of Flickr and ask them what is their very personal part in John Melton Brady's photos not backing up. I'm Melton, son of a carpenter Mary. Daddy carpenter, worked on skyscrapers. Mom Mary Ann. Son of a carpenter Mary. I get to tell parables. I also do graphic art. Latest has my saints imagery, my non-saints imagery, skyline imagery, flower imagery, links, Mormons beware, and yes, this is an all I've uploaded today to the Christ Complex 1 at gmail.com. YouTube, it doesn't have a URL. Yet my subscribers are stolen in the same way your call to me is. 424-229-4140. Get that on video. Those hijacking your calls to me are worried enough about that. Getting caught for the crimes. To alter phone records to cover them up. Steal mail as well. So that's why I tell you to call up the generals and ask them what's your part in America's hijacked lifelines. When else will my phone not be allowed to work because of what you're actively taking part in? Are you involved or are you incompetent? Regarding Melton not getting a 9/11 Flight 93 check in over a decade. Get their reaction. If you've heard of my 93 checks over the past decade and that general doesn't know anything about them, yeah, something's wrong somewhere, or he's incompetent or involved as hell. Get on video. Oh, they're a little late. Hear that siren? 9/11 Flight 93, check and post in 5. 424-229-4140. Few seconds more, you've been in my 2-minute, 3-minute. Make that video of Spectrum being traitors and connections to military folks being traitors. And of course, connections to that cult in Utah being traitors. Get them on video. Post. Suppose that Lori-like character I see every day from Spectrum. Yeah, I'm still having trouble with my Flickr backing up properly. Yeah, I'm a man in a wheelchair, and them not doing their job is part of my hijack lifeline and livelihood. So check and post in 5 with Flickr being incredibly Lori-like. Personal knife in the bag lately. By speakerphone, you try to call me in person and ask them, why are you taking part in America's hijack lifelines? Post. Remember, when you hear a siren, 911, Flight 93, checking post and 5. Don't forget to do that in front of Spectrum. Tom Rutledge, as well as generals of the military. Why is Spectrum conducting harassment of a man in a wheelchair? They keep showing me that they can turn off that noise that backs up and is decibel law breaking, but they don't. So call up Spectrum's Tom Rutledge and ask him, what's your part in America's Hijacked Lifelines? When else will my family's lifeline not be allowed to work because of what you're actively taking a part in? And also do that for the generals. If they don't know what a 911 Flight 93 check is after I've been asking for over a decade, they're involved or they're incompetent. These are my dailies. This is my Lynx Excel. I'm Melton. These are my dailies on youtube.com/DNFD series. Everything I do for the day joined as one big long video. And up here, it needs a little better organization. Need the playlist for this particular column. That's kind of a reddish. Is youtube.com/DNFD series. It's a nice easy URL to go to. And Tommies are on both of now for January, the minutes for February, for December I believe as well. And my photos. Remember to call up that general you know or don't know and try to call me in front of him. Ask him about stolen mail to me. What is your active part in America's Hijacked Lifelines, General? Are you involved? Are you incompetent? When else will my family's lifeline not be allowed to work because of what you're not doing? These are screenshots of the devil, Lori Ann Brady Bond. A character. Person knife in my back since 3809 blanks, Monroe, Louisiana. A criminal just as much as the general's a criminal, a traitor. This video was stolen off my phone because I mentioned that the devil Lori is a character lots of folks in and out of its shoes, and it's easily documented as you calling up a general or seeing him in person and making a video of your hijack call to me and telling him who's stealing my calls to Melton or word enough about the crimes to alter phone records covered up. What is your part in that? General.
And yes, a lot of folks
Get the reaction of the general and post.
I'm Melton, son of a carpenter in Marion. Yes, this is gold. The chair behind Stone Cold. Stone Cold's the nickname. Son of a carpenter in Marion is the parentage. Daddy Carpenter worked on skyscrapers. Mom Marianne. I'm the son of a carpenter. I get to tell parables. Also get to do a little genetic carpentry with the eyes, slowly but surely changing them to blue from brown. Yes, work on those spiral staircases. Don't try this at home. You don't want to end up with one orange eye and one green eye, do you? 219.